I come like a thief in the night when you least expect it, and you better watch out. You better sleep with one eye open. Because the sword of night, the sword hand of night, the night, is gonna put you to night. So you better say night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Because here I come, like a thief in the night, ready to hit you with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 combo. That's right. And then bam, I have a wizardry as well. Why? Because I'm the night. Alright, I am the knight of nights. And I make people go night. For those who don't know me, my name is Scrub. I'm an Elden Ring invader, and this is a night build. It's a Dexterity Intelligence build. It's level 200, so I have a lot of points put towards Dexterity and Intelligence, and I'll show you the stats right now. So yeah, I'm rocking with quite a lot of Dexterity and quite a lot of Intelligence because it's level 200. Why not? I got 70 Dexterity, and I got 67 Intelligence. I think, yeah, so I have the Millicent's Prosthesis, which gives me an extra 5 Dexterity. So technically I have 65, but with that talisman I get 70, and I have a successive attack boost as well. So it's a very fun build. It's a very simple build. I'm only focusing on 2 weapons, the Sword of Night and then the Claws of Night. And these are introduced in the DLC. And I thought since, it's a level 200, I would have gone at 99 Dexterity, but there's also Night Sorceries as well, which you can find in places like Celia, I think. I think you find all the Night Sorceries in Celia. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But I thought I was like, since I have the points to invest in Intelligence as well, it's like, why not? Might as well make this the night, focusing both on these 2 weapons and then the sorceries as well. The cool thing about, I guess, if we were to talk about this build, is that it could be a very aggressive build. The thing that shines the most out of this build is the sword. That was a very weird ambient noise. I just went into YouTube and did hour-long creepy ambience night 1 hour free download, and this is what I got. I didn't even take a listen, so that kind of spooked me a little bit. Always be ready for what comes at the night. But the Ash of War on the Sword of Night, the Witching Hour slash, is really cool because I'm sure you've seen this plenty of times before. I'm a little late on this trend of how cool this sword is, but it can true combo into, or if that last part of the Ash of War, it has 3 slashes. If that last slash hits a player, then you can combo it, or true combo it into an R1. You could try going for the R2, but it's kind of harder to hit that R2 because people panic roll right away. So it could work if you were to charge it up, but with my circumstances, I wasn't able to land that R2 as much, and it really depends on other players' latency as well. So anything below 60 milliseconds, you can potentially hit that R2, but you can see right there I got that R1 combo. So it's a really cool sword. It's a katana. Katanas are very good at being aggressive. And then for the other weapon, the Claws of Night, which the scatter shot throw is a busted Ash of War in my opinion. I think it's very, I wouldn't say overpowered, but it is quite powerful for what the gimmick is. If you press L2, you're basically just throwing or scattering all these needles or all these, I don't know, little parts of the claws towards your enemies, and each individual projectile causes bleed buildup as well, so it's really powerful if people have low bleed defense and don't dodge if they are about to have bleed procced on them, then bam, lots of burst damage right there. So very fun weapons to use. I think it was definitely a good addition to include night sorceries as well. As you just saw, I was kind of preparing myself to go into sorcery mode. So for my talismans, I'll switch from the Rotten Winged Insignia and the Shard of Alexander and then the Millicent's Prosthesis to the 2 sorcery boosting talismans and the Godfrey's Icon, which boost the damage of charged spells. So since I'm kind of like a night build, a night build, I might as well kind of go with the Assassin's approach. And there's sorceries that can veil you as well. People can still easily see you. Don't get me wrong. Don't expect that to work unless you're playing against somebody who's blind. But why would somebody who's blind be playing this game? I do not know, but good for them. That's the ultimate challenge run. But yeah, I thought it would be cool to include night sorceries as well. And so the way to stack damage on top of using Lusat's staff, there's also the Staff of Loss, which boosts the invisibility sorceries. I don't know why they're not just called night sorceries or Celian sorceries, but instead they're called invisibility sorceries. I think it's because when you shoot these sorceries towards like bosses or whatever, some bosses can dodge projectiles. Like if that guy who was flowing, wow, I can't talk, who was throwing the black flame fireball right there at like Melania, she would do like a little side strafe, but she wouldn't do that with the with the night sorcery. So it's cool. So I thought I'd just kind of give it an extra bit of a thematic, and I decided to wear the knight armor as well, since you know it's kind of like a Sauron ripoff kind of armor. Not the chest piece, but definitely the helmets. See, and, a cool thing about the Claws of Night, not only has it a cool L2 that shoots projectiles, but if you were to press R2, you throw a projectile as well. So it's kind of like the smithscript weapons, which I have not tried yet in PvP, but I definitely should in the near future. I'm trying to see what kinds of builds that my viewers would want me to use. So I've been doing like polls. So I've been like reserving a Scarlet Rot build, focusing on the new pole blade of the Bud, because y'all want this build, and then I said Rot build or Mr. Munchkin's man's build, and y'all voted for the Mr. Munchkin man's build because the Scarlet Brain Rot has taken over Elden Ring, and the Mr. Munchkin's man's armies has risen and is going to take over the worlds. Yeah, I can't believe we got Scarlet Brain Rot before GTA 6. Wow, I'm chronically online. I need to get off the internet for a little bit, or at least get off of like doom scrolling on the internet, because like my girlfriend, she doesn't really spend much time as I do on the internet, so she doesn't understand all these brain rot terms. Like I'll say Skibbity Riz Toilet Ohio, and she threatened to break up with me. No, she didn't really do that, but I'm sure that would happen if I only just spoke that way. Like El Riz, I would really get phantom tax, whatever. Gosh, what have I become? What have I become? The cool thing about the Witching Hour / Ash of War is that you can charge it as well, so it does extra damage. And then when you're stacking those multi-attack boost, those successive attack boost talismans as well, you're gonna do big damage. You're gonna do big damage. But yeah, I've been wanting to try out different builds, but there's so much, and I'm kind of getting burnt out, to be honest. And like seeing what happened, like looking at the analytics of the last 2 videos that I did with the all caster build, I'm like, dang, that is unfortunate. And so seeing that, I'm just kind of like feeling not discouraged, because I don't want you to say like, oh, keep trying, scrub, because I don't need that. I'm a freaking man. I can figure out my issues without any help. Just kidding. I think it's good to have community. I think it's good that someone should help another who is in need. I mean, it says that in the Bible too, like weep with those who weep and rejoice with those who rejoice. And it's not emotionally taxing. It's not. I think it really is just common courtesy to be able to empathize empathize with others. But I'm not trying to preach to y'all, but definitely take this to some consideration. So community, very important. Forgive me, my community, my normal community, that I haven't been so active. Your boy's been going through the motions, but you know what? We persevere. We persevere. We see 2 people who are casting lightning incantations. We persevere. We know when to we know when to dodge those. Not really. We know when to dodge those. We understand the timing. You got 2 people casting the same lightning spell towards me? Nope. Light roll. I love having the light roll thing in my physic, because light roll has saved me numerous times, but I kind of use that as a crutch, to be honest. I know I shouldn't, because I don't know, I want to be able to use something else, like the opaline, no, not the opaline, but whatever the thing that the not the crimson whirl, but the thing that kind of prevents you from dying if you're low health and you take another hit and it gives you back health. Whatever the bubble tier is, I don't know. So many of them. It's so hard to memorize all the names. But what's not hard to remember is backstabbing people who try to use the Blasphemous Blade L2 on you. So yeah. Yeah, I kind of just went into this commentary with literally nothing in mind. Just go for it, scrub. That's what I got as well. But the fun thing about having a lot of intelligence is that I get to use the law of regression. You see this guy, look how many buffs he has. Nope, you're buffing up again in my face? No, let me debuff you, my man. I love doing that. I know it's so mean, but I love doing that. I love making the playground a little bit more even. And then I'll buff, therefore giving myself a little bit more of a favor when it comes to the fight. But it's never fun to be debuffed, but it is fun to debuff. Eternal Darkness is also another night spell as well, and it's good because it's like, if you got wizards who are going to spam gravity spells at you like that, it's perfect to use something like that. My favorite time to use Eternal Darkness is when people are using the skull emoji sorceries. Like, those are annoying. Sure, they're slow traveling projectiles, but they're more of a nuisance to deal with rather than intimidating. So it's a good way to get rid of those nuisances. I think that's a word. Agreed. But yeah, speaking of sorcery, since we're on this topic, like, the only good sorcery out of all this is not only Eternal Darkness, but it's Night Comet, and then Night Comet is good. It's kind of just like Comet, but it's just dark. I don't know what the damage difference is, but it's a good thing to have. It's a tiny nuke, and if under the right circumstances, you could do about almost 1,200 damage with it. And then Night Maiden's Mist, also really good as well, because you can use that to kind of get people who are being cowards out of a small corner or a little corridor or whatever, because it's just a cloud of damage. That's it. And then Night Shard is kind of like Glintstone or Swift Glintstone Shard, but just in the night version of it. So it's kind of like a good chip thing as well if we need to quickly finish someone off. If they're too far to use the R2 on the Claws of Night, then Night Shard is the way to go. And then Ambush Shard. Ambush Shard is trash. I don't even think I got a kill with it. Or maybe I did. I can't remember. My memory is absolutely cooked, bro. But these things happen. Yeah, night sorceries are okay. There's only a couple that shine out of it, but it's kind of just fun to use, you know, thematic builds like that. Get roll caught. So yeah, and I wonder if you guys have noticed, like, I'm invading. I don't have the co-op, or like the dress as a co-op talisman, and I have a rune arc active, and that's because I'm on seamless co-op. For those who don't know what seamless is, look it up. It's a mod. It's a mod that allows you to seamlessly play co-op, and seamless invasions are fun in some circumstances, but there's many circumstances where it's not fun, because people can just hop on torrent and just run away from you. I had an 8-minute horse chase with a player a while ago, just for him to end up falling off a cliff and dying to gravity, which I was very disappointed about, because I just spent 8 minutes of my life when I could have spent like that 8 minutes like doing literally anything else, and instead I had a horse chase with that guy. So there's moments like that, but there's plenty of good things about seamless. For example, like, you can use mimic, or not mimic tears, not just those, but you could use spirit ashes like these guys are. That's if I don't take a giant magic pot and just destroy your spirit ash with one giant magic pot. But yeah, I can use things like my mimic tier, which is fun. So it's kind of like an extra teammate, or like a co-invader, just a lot more stupider than you are. Is stupider a word? I don't know. I really don't know. I need to up my vocabulary, bro. I need to start reading more books. But yeah, no, there's plenty of cool things, especially like with no easy anti-cheat. There's no artificial latency being added onto the game, so I can roll catch people with ease, especially with a katana that has a wonderful like running R2. It's great to have. So yes, yeah, this video is about over. Excuse me. Oh yeah, one more cool thing about the weapons, the sword of night and the claws of night, is that they're semi-corporeal, meaning that they can bleed, or like you could do damage through shields. Like you got somebody who's using the fingerprint shield and is being annoying and just blocking all the time. Use the sword of night. You're gonna do damage through their shield, not the maximum amount, but it definitely breaks some of it. So yeah, this is the last invasion. There's nothing to it, but this guy casted Comet 25 times. And I did the math to see how is that even possible, because he didn't even have the thing on that gives him unlimited FP for 10 seconds. It was 25 casts, which is more than 550 FP. You can only get to like 400 something FP with 99 mind. So this guy had 99 mind, and then he must have had that talisman as well. So very interesting. Literally the FP build. So put your mind towards other things now that you're done watching this video. Okay, I'm done talking now. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, be good to yourselves and be good to others. Okay, I'm done now. Okay, bye.